Ethan, we'll just start off looking back on Saturday. Obviously, nice to progress, but first of all, for you, 90 minutes on the pitch, that must be nice.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. It was obviously kind of a traditional cup game with a scoreline and quite an open game. It was an enjoyable game and good to kind of get through to the next round.
And it kind of sums up what we've known about the whole team this year. It's really hard to just nail down that starting place. Lots of tiny changes, and obviously it'd have been nice to get the full match.
Yeah, definitely, and it was enjoyable to play, and to get through to the next round's a good thing, and as you say, there's lots of bodies, and everyone's kind of chomping at the bit to play.
And the story from the camp was that it wasn't a revenge match, but it would have been nice to get one over Crawley after the league match.
We're obviously disappointed with that result at 3-0, but they changed a little bit with the kind of. I know it was the same manager, but kind of changed the way they play a little bit. But it was kind of like a good game, and good to get the win.
I think the one thing that stood out was the creative freedom that you had in midfield. You and Jack, and obviously just the way that you were all interchanging was much more like you, I suppose, as a player, and you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a good game, and some games are different, and sometimes you get the space opens up and you're able to drive the ball. So and I felt was kind of able to do that in that game. It was good, and it was a decent enough performance. Obviously, kind of could have managed it a bit better towards the end at 4-3, but as I say, kind of cup ties can be like that at times.
You mentioned that creative freedom. Obviously, we've had different strikers this week, partially because of injury and illness, like with Ben at the weekend. But what's that like, having to feed different strikers and their needs? Because you know what they like.
Yeah, everyone's kind of got their own qualities and things like that. And certain people might want the ball to feet, certain people might want the ball in behind, but kind of anyone who's playing up there, they're all great players, and enjoyable to play with anyone really.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, we all know Steve Evans and Rotherham, it's going to be a gritty game. How is it going to be difficult? It's going to be difficult, isn't it, to stamp your authority, isn't it, on that game and be creative?
You know what you're getting when you play against Steve Evans'. Teams are always up and at you, so you need to be ready for that, and hopefully we can kind of go and take our game to them.
And how do you make it a game that you play, not supposed to play in Steve Evans' game? Like you say, you know what to expect, but you want to play the Lincoln way, not the Steve Evans way.
It's just games in League One are always hard, and always different ways, different problems to try and solve through games. So we'll kind of be going through that today and kind of prepping for the game tomorrow.
And we know in December now it's likely to be cold and quite a horrible month to play football, I imagine. How's the mood in the camp going into this Advent period and towards Christmas?
Yeah, it's good. It's kind of been a busy period for us, and I think if you ask the lads, everyone wants to kind of be playing and games just to be coming Saturday, Tuesday. So it's enjoyable. Kind of the Christmas period is always kind of coming up soon as well. So we're kind of looking forward to and relishing it.
And finally, you've got some players coming back to injury. I suppose it's nice to see the squad hitting peak fitness. You've had a few injury worries now, but going towards Christmas, everyone seems to be in tip-top shape.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone's ready. Everyone's ready to play. So we're in a good place, and kind of just need to kind of keep it going really.